We were talking to John Stamos, who was starring as Albert Peterson in the roundabout revival of Bye Bye Birdie. So were those words you ever thought you were going to hear?
No, I didn't. Bye Bye Birdie was sort of, slipped my whole thing for years. I mean, they did ask me to play Conrad. I think, in fact, in the TV movie, I remember them asking me to play Conrad. In fact, even now when I say, I'm doing Bye Bye Birdie, are you playing Conrad? I say, no, I'm 20 years too old to play Conrad,
Even though it's a revival, you're originating a role. So did that feel different?
Yeah, oh yeah, it really does. I mean, it feels so liberating to come in and have a blank stage, and they go, okay, let's, where do you feel like standing? Where do you think this works? And then I have to work with hacks. Like
Bill Irwin.
Come here, save this man. I'm sorry.
Please, I'm dying.
He's being inane. Can I tell you the story of Bye Bye Birdie as I perceive it?
Sure. Mr. Bill Irwin.
There's Sweet Apple, Ohio, and then Gina Gershon, John Stamos, and Nolan Funk bring sex to Sweet Apple, Ohio. In many ways, that's the story as I perceive it.
Mr. Mac, because it ain't pretty.
and the wonderful Dee Hoodie has not brought sex to...
Well, I have, but not to Sweet Apple. I bring a special sort of maternal air now. That's very funny.
Wasn't sweet till Dee got there.
Yeah, see, that's it. That's how the sweet got in Sweet Apple. Yeah.
So you guys are obviously all getting along.
I can't stand him. Hate his guts. He's ruined my life. Yes, it's a great company. We're having a good time.
It is a great company.
We gather it's not your first time playing Rosie. Is this true?
Well, I did play her when I was 15, but I didn't quite nail her, so I felt like I needed to come back and redeem myself.
Do you feel very different about her now as an adult than you did as a 15-year-old?
Yeah. Actually, I don't even remember. I remember the guy who playing Albert was like up to here on me, and I remember just being really angry that I couldn't wear heels. I was like, Rosie would wear heels, but the teacher was like, you can't wear heels because he's only up to here on you. So that was a point of contention. Yeah, I mean, it's totally different. I didn't quite understand. I wanted to play Birdie when I was younger anyway. I was like, why do I want to play her? Like that old lady, I want to play Birdie. He's cool.
How do you see Conrad Birdie, since he's been played differently over the years?
Yeah, I mean, I think in the past the usual has been that he's entirely not sincere in singing, that he's honestly sincere. Not my point of view. I kind of view him as a lot more raw. I think he's come from, a lot of hardship and has been thrust into the celebrity for the past 4 years of his life, and now he's ready to bust out and, ends up wreaking a little bit of havoc on this small town and getting people to come out of their shells.
Is it something you'd ever thought that you'd get the chance to play?
Iconic, this part. She is like, she invented passive aggression, I think, this mother. And also I think of her kind of as Archie Bunker in a mink coat. It's a great honor to play her.
Is there a special plus and a bonus that at least two of the creators, Charles Strouse and Lee Adams, are still with us?
Absolutely. I can go to them and say, what does this mean? What did you do all these years ago? Some of the things they remember, some they don't, but what's important they do. And it's such a great score. You listen to these songs and so many people have said, oh, is that from Birdie? I remember loving that song. So it's a feast of brilliant songs.
Which of the songs in this show was the most challenging for you to write?
Well, I think for Lee and me, Spanish Rose was a very difficult song because it wasn't originally, the show was written originally for a young woman by the name of Carol Haney. And she got ill when we had rehearsals. And it was Lee's and Mike's and my idea to perhaps change the whole show around and use our pal. Cheetah was a pal of ours. We did Shoestring Review.
Cheetah Rivera, who originated the role of Rosie Alvarez.
Yeah, but actually she hadn't. Carol did. But then when Carol got sick, one of us had the idea what about changing it to a Spanish girl? And it suddenly seemed that we changed all the Polish jokes.
It was not easy to change. We changed it. That's what you do.